After an impressive win on the road last Friday night at Upper Sandusky, the Northmor Golden Knights will play their home opener tonight against the South Central Trojans. Northmor looks to move to 2-0 while South Central goes after win number 1 in 2023. It's Northmor versus South Central, live and free, next on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Good evening and welcome to Northmor High School for Friday Night Football on the OH Report. Tonight we have a matchup between 1-0 Northmor and a South Central squad that fell in their season opener. I'm Mark Bollinger, joined tonight by Josh Banks as we bring you the action for this non-conference football contest. And Josh, a week ago, the Golden Knights went on the road and defeated a solid Upper Sandusky team 42-21.
Yeah, and it sounds like that game really came down to the secondary at the end of the game. Northmor secondary steps up, makes two big plays to close the game out. From what I've heard, what I've seen, it's going to be a different atmosphere here tonight because South Central wants to run it down their throat.
Yeah, so tonight we look for South Central to run it, but last week the Golden Knights were facing the wide-open spread offense attack of Upper Sandusky. In that game, clinging to a 28-21 lead, Upper Sandusky had the football, was driving, and Hunter Fulk came up with a big play. Interception, pick six to up the lead to 35-21. And on the ensuing possession, Fulk did it again. Another pick six, back-to-back to get it to the final margin.
56-second span between the two interceptions. And not only that, but they're both complete game changers. You're down one possession if you're Upper Sandusky. You're driving, going for a first down. Quarterback overthrows a receiver, ends up in 6. And then the very next possession, you don't come out and try to run the ball. You trust what you practice all spring, all summer. You throw it some more, and it ends up in another one, and it costs you the game.
It cost them the game, and for Northmor, what a great start. Going on the road, getting a win against what's supposed to be a very good Upper Sandusky squad. And now they come in here tonight looking for a win in their home opener. The Knights also looking for their 7th consecutive trip to the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're replacing a lot. We talked about that beforehand. You know, linebacker, running back Max Lauer, a graduate last year with some weapons on the outside they're replacing as well. They do bring back All-Ohio honorable mention quarterback, but it's hard to replace weapons when you need to replace them, and they're really relying on him a lot this year.
And they do have a lot of experience and skill in those skilled positions. Last year, the Knights went 5-6, 5-5 during the regular season. Then in the playoffs, lost in the first round 54-27 to Bollinger. Another issue they had last week, turnovers. Had 4 of them last week, had some fumbles, made some costly penalties. That's going to be something that they're going to look at tonight a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you've got a first-year coach here with South Central, and he really wants to drive home his emphasis on the way he wants the program to go. If Northmor can't hold on to the ball and the type of offense South Central wants to run, it could be detrimental to starting this season 2-0 for the Golden Knights.
And last week for South Central, they traveled to Willard. Didn't play as well as they'd hoped for new coach Derek Martin, lost 35-6. That coming off of a 4-7 year last year in 2022. 4-6 regular season first round loss to Southern, 65-21 in the playoffs. So South Central, as we talked about a little bit earlier, going to come in, look to be a little bit different offensive approach, going to be looking to run the ball a little bit more. We expect to see that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Their starting quarterback, Aaron Haller, he throws the ball 6 of 18 last week for 62 yards, but he's also their leading rusher with 18 carries for 58 yards.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the players that we're going to profile tonight and the keys to victory. Once again, you're watching the OH Report Friday Night Football live. It's Northmor versus South Central.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
And welcome back to Northmor High School as we prepare for kickoff in tonight's contest between Northmor and South Central. I'm Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. And as we get into this game tonight, we're looking at the play of the quarterbacks as being extremely important for both sides. And first, we're going to take a quick little second here and talk about South Central. And you start with quarterback Aaron Haller.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron come out last week, again, in that tough loss they took to the hands of Willard. Rushes for 58 yards and a touchdown. And he also threw for 62 yards. So, I mean, he had over 100 yards of offense himself. But it's hard as a quarterback at that position to not only be relied on to sling the ball around the field, but he also carried the ball the most for his team last week and was their leading rusher.
And his two main targets last week were Hayden DeBias at 4 catches for 40 yards and Eric Sanders 2 catches for 22 yards. And although, as you said, he put up over 100 yards of offense himself, that was most of the offense because South Central ended up with less than 200 yards of total offense.
And it's tough to rely on one guy to do that for you, especially from the quarterback position. Normally you see teams where they want to not only throw the ball, but they want to have that running back they can consistently hand it to. And I think South Central's trying to find that.
And so when you talk about South Central, we look at the keys to victory, and one of those is finding an offensive rhythm tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were just talking about. They want to throw the ball. They want Haller to be able to sling it around the field, but you got to find a consistent running game, and you can't stick it on the legs of your quarterback.
Well, and the second thing for South Central is limiting the big play. Tonight they're taking on a Northmor team that lived off the big play last week. We talked about the 2 pick 6 interceptions, but you add in there Cohen Becker, who took off on an 89-yard touchdown reception, and it was big play city last week for the Northmor Golden Knights.
Yeah, and that's something we've come accustomed to seeing here with these Golden Knights with Coach Armrose. He wants to make the big play happen week in and week out.
And they definitely made it last week, so South Central's going to really look to limit that tonight. Now on the other side of things, for the Northmor Golden Knights, looking to continue their early season success in their home opener. As you said, Scott Armrose, the head coach, 1-0 as they start building towards the play in the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference. Player spotlight tonight will again be quarterback A.J. Bauer.
A junior, and as a sophomore last year, he's honorable mention All-Ohio. What more can you ask for? The kid's got the build, and he's got the athletes around him to just have a phenomenal junior season.
And last week, A.J. Bauer, 11 of 19 for 255 yards. He did throw an interception, but he made big play after big play, and we'll look for him to again have a big night for the Northmor Golden Knights. Keys to victory for Northmor tonight. First of all, we talked about the turnovers. We've got to win the turnover battle tonight.
Yeah, you don't want to give South Central more possessions than they're already allowed in this football game. They want to run the ball. They want to establish the ground game first, and if you allow them to eat the clock, it's going to be nothing but trouble.
And secondly, avoid penalties and missed assignments. Last week they had a couple times they didn't capitalize on some things against Upper Sandusky, and it left the game open, and it was pretty tight down the end. So as we get ready to kick off here tonight, South Central won the toss. They deferred, so they'll be kicking off here.
Good to see that defense right off the rip. Can they limit the big play? Does a big kick return happen? And Northmore's going to probably come out first play and look for a big shot once they get the ball in their possession.
Cardi Cook will be kicking off tonight for the Trojans.
And it looks like Jackson Winger and Hunter Fulk, who we already talked about tonight, back deep to return for the Golden Knights.
And those are two skilled guys who get the ball in their hands. Good things tend to happen if you're a Golden Knights fan. And we prepare for kickoff here on a somewhat overcast night, but beautiful setting here at Northmor High School. Great athletic facilities on the field turf.
Not only that, but the stands are full on a Friday night for some football action.
Stands are full on a Friday night as we get ready to go here. Short kick's going to be picked up. Fulk's going to take it across the 30, 35. He's got a gap. He's at the 40. And great return, and Northmore's going to start with wonderful field position in their first offensive possession with the ball at midfield.
Great kick blocking by the Golden Knights on that return. They opened up a hole for Fulk. Luckily enough, one of the South Central players came up from the backside and tackled him at the 50, or he'd probably still be running.
Number 34.
So the Northmor offense looks to take the field. Now last week, as we talked about, they put up 42 points, but 14 of that came from the defense. And you look at the yardage last week, and Upper Sandusky outgained Northmor, but again, the most important thing is the scoreboard, and that's where the Knights took care of business.
Yeah, we'll see what they come out here. What's Coach Ambrose want to do first drive? What's he want to establish?
Bauer starts in the shotgun. Quick handoff right side. Good hole. A quick gain of 15 right away for Carson Campbell.
Phenomenal job up front there by the Golden Knights to open the hole for Campbell on 20-yard run to start the game.
And the Knights are looking to go quickly here. That was Holman Kitchen Supply first down on the first play of the game for the Northmor Golden Knights. Knights going to come out once again, stand spread formation. 2 split to the bottom. Bauer drops back looking. He's got a guy deep. And he got him.
Pass is complete.
Hunter Fulk. Touchdown, and Northmor strikes early.
Big play, 35-yard touchdown pass, second play of the game, and that's that big play that we said South Central was going to have to prevent in this game. If you're Northmor fans, you're extremely excited. Your offense just came out, went 50 yards in 2 plays. What more can you ask for?
Northmor answers the bell immediately. 6-0 early lead for the Knights. Bad snap. Chenier picks it up. He's going to run. Now he's looking. He throws it. And looks like it's caught. Oh, and it's dropped. They call it incomplete. The bad snap led to the 2-point attempt, which failed. But Northmor takes an early 6-0 lead on an impressive drive.
Not even 2 minutes into the ball game, and they're already doing everything they want to do offensively. Now what's going to be interesting to see is, as we talked about, Upper Sandusky outgained them on the offensive side of the football last week. I was reading some articles this week. Coach Ambrose saying he's hoping that his young defensive front is up to the challenge of stopping this South Central offense this week. So we get to come out and see that here after the kickoff.
Well, he definitely has to be pleased with the play of his offense coming out and just immediately setting the tone for tonight. And, and coming in, that's kind of what you want to do in a game that most people, most prognosticators would say that Northmor was expected to win tonight. After last week's results and kind of with what teams have coming back, but to come out and make a statement like that says a lot early.
Yeah, and I mean, it's testament to their offensive line. You open up the huge hole for Campbell to run through on the first play, and then you give your quarterback the time to make the throw on the second play. Because most schools you see locally, they don't have skill players at every position to be able to block for that long to allow that play to develop.
So 6-0 lead for Northmor with 10:46 to go here in the first quarter. Caleb Chenier will kick off for the Knights. Good kick by Chenier. Taken just inside the 5-yard line. Garrett Harvey with the return, breaks a tackle, gets out beyond the 25-yard line, and that's where the South Central offense will take over.
Yeah, great return by Gunnar Ray there for South Central. Gets upfield, breaks the tackle. High tackle there by Northmor. Got to get lower than that. Wrapped him up around the head. Almost a face mask. They seen the head turn. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag, to be honest with you, because that's normally what they look for. 27-yard line. Let's see if South Central can respond to that opening drive by Northmor.
Well, and it's important, too, for South Central, even if they don't score here, just to put somewhat of a drive together to keep their defense off the field for a few minutes. Probably a little bit shell-shocked after that quick drive by the Knights. Aaron Holler will start in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw out wide to Cole Frankert. Frankert up to about the 30-yard line before he's brought down.
Pass to Frankert is complete.
Quick pass, quick hitter. I mean, they're hoping that they can hold that block on the edge a little bit longer, and maybe that the running back comes out and chips the safety to open the hole up. Just doesn't quite happen. You get 3 yards on your first play. Hopefully they can develop that into something more.
They're going to call it 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Quick handoff. Gunnar Ray
on the carry.
gets maybe a yard over the left side. Good job by the front of the Northmor defensive line. Sets up an important early 3rd and 6 here for the South Central offense.
Looks like they're going to call that a gain of 0.
Haller drops back, looking. Good rush, throws out to the right side, complete. And immediately brought down there by the Knights defense, just short. They're willing to give him the short little out route. It's going to bring up fourth down. And it looks like the South Central offense may stay on the field.
Fourth and short, first drive of the game. You just gave up 50 yards on your first defensive possession. This might be a risky call here. Maybe you just try to get them to jump. If they don't jump, you call a timeout and punt it. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
He's going to drop back. Drops back to punt. Good kick out wide. Jax Winger fields it across the 30. Hits a little gap, 35-40. And out across the 40-yard line. So again, Northmor gets the defensive stop. Good return and nice field position to start with for the Golden Knights.
A great return by Winger. But I think the biggest thing we can take out of that first possession by both teams is Northmor goes 50 plays and 2 yards. South Central goes 8 yards and a 3 and out. So we'll see how things continue to play. What's Northmor look to do here first play of this second drive? Do they go right back to Campbell, who had 15 yards on his first carry?
Or they may go over the top. Instead, Bauer throws it out wide. Quick pitch and catch outside beyond the 50. Hunter Fulk again.
Looks like they're going to mark that about the head of the football length short of the first down. We'll call that 9.5.
But again, just another nice play on first down by the Knights.
I mean, Bauer just steps up like he's going to take off up the middle on a little QB draw, pitches it out to Fulk. Nothing more you could ask for.
Bauer rolls left, looking under pressure, throws it out. Good job there by South Central. Brantley Ellis with the pressure was able to force the incompletion and bring up a third and short here for the Golden Knights.
That's a great job by South Central. With this high-powered Northmor offense, you almost want to force them into a third and short because you know they want to throw the ball. How often are they actually willing to hand it off and get these short yardage conversions? Are they going to come out here and try to throw it on 3rd and a half yard?
I have a feeling we're going to see the run game in action here. And there it is. Quick handoff on the right side, and it could be a big play again for Northmor. And it is Carson Campbell to the house. Carson Campbell with a 48-yard touchdown run, and Northmor extends their lead to 12-0.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to see a replay here in a second of that run. Nicholas Armrose, I believe it's the coach's son, had a phenomenal downfield block right there to seal that touchdown. Great job by the lineman to get downfield and continue to make a hole for his running back.
And Campbell saw daylight, and he was gone. And again, big play Northmor.
2 drives, 2 big plays, a 35-yard touchdown pass, a 48-yard rush. If you're Coach Armrose on the Northmor sideline, you couldn't have asked for a better start to this football game.
Exactly like they wanted with a 12-0 lead. Northmor going to go for 2 here, and it's snuffed out. So South Central gets a stop on the 2-point conversion, but with 8:30 to go here in the first quarter, Northmore's jumped out to a 12-0 lead.
Not even 4 minutes into this football game, and it's already 12-0. If you're South Central, you have to come out in this second drive and at least get a first down, maybe 2, get something moving offensively, because there's no way that you want to put your defense back on the field after the 2 drives that they've already had to give up. I mean, they haven't been long, sustained drives, but they're big hitters, and sometimes that can be more deflating.
Well, if your new coach, Derek Martin, who's taken over a South Central program, as we said last year, 4-7, unfortunately obliterated in the first round of the playoffs in a 65-21 loss. You take over a program, you come in here, you're playing a good Northmor team with great amount of numbers on the sidelines. South Central, 29, 30 kids. You know, he's looking to change the culture, stuff like that. This is the kind of start that you can't have.
Well, and that's big for, you know, especially at the high school level. These coaches come in, they want to change the culture, but when you come into a program and you lose the 35-6 last week to Willard, Willard's Willard, they're a good school. They've always had good athletic programs, but they've been kind of down for, you know, the past couple of years. And then you come over here to Northmor, who's had a phenomenal 7-year run in the playoffs. and you just can't keep up, you're going to have a hard time getting kids out.
And Northmor, said, has come out and just lightning in a bottle. 2 quick touchdowns. Chenier's kick is taken by Gunner Ray. Ray takes it out to about the 30-yard line as we look for South Central here to come out. Try to establish something just to build some confidence, as you said. Try to keep that defense off the field for a couple plays.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to see, reading articles this week about this game tonight with what Coach Armos was talking about. He expected South Central to come out and punch him in the mouth with the run game, and we haven't seen that yet. That first drive, they handed the ball off 1 time.
Well, we'll see if they go back to the run game or if they try to move the ball through the air. It's going to be on the arm and legs of Aaron Haller. Haller takes a snap. Misdirection handoff to Ray, trying to get outside over the 30, out to about the 32, 33-yard line. Looked like he had a little bit more room than he did, but Jack's winger and Garrett Harvey came up to make the stop.
And that's just great pursuit there by Northmor. You see Harvey and Winger both, they just come collectively together at the ball carrier and take him down. You can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, real good job just stringing it out wide and making him run east and west, not allow him to put his foot in the ground and cut and get north and south there. So 2nd and 7, ball on the 33-yard line. Quick handoff up the middle, and there's the Northmor defense again. Defensive line by Northmor controlling the line of scrimmage.
One of their youngest parts of their team is the front, whether it's on the offensive or defensive side, and they are absolutely dominating the front so far this evening.
Knights are definitely winning the battle of the trenches so far here in the first 5 minutes. So no gain, 3rd and 7. South Central looking desperate for a first down here early in this ball game.
And you're in a situation now if you're South Central where you almost have to throw the ball. 3rd and 7. Northmor can sit back in coverage, expect to pass. It's going to be a quick little bubble.
Haller throws it out wide to Hayden DeBias. DeBias is going to get a couple, but again, well short of the first down. Knights just dropped into zone coverage there, allowed him to get the short completion. Going to come up short. Going to bring up about a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 here.
Looks like he's just going to drop straight back into punt this time.
So Haller will drop back. Looking to kick away here to the Knights.
Going to have Winger and
Becker
back deep.
High snap. Oh, almost got the block, but he gets it off. Hits it just outside the 40. Taken by Becker down the right sideline. He cuts back across midfield down to the 46-yard line. And again, starting field position. Completely Northmor, starting again on this side, or on South Central side of the field.
And even the last drive where they started on their own side of the field, it was the 42, 43-yard line. I mean, if you're South Central, you got to either get the punt deeper or at this point kick it out of bounds. Don't even let them return it because you're not covering the kicks well enough to keep punting it to them.
So Northmor sets up for their 3rd drive of the ball game. The first 2 have resulted in touchdowns. Knights with a 12-0 lead, 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. First play, handoff. It goes once again to Campbell.
Handoff to Campbell.
The left side.
Brought down by Dixon.
Campbell with a gain of 3.
Gain of 3, you'll make it 2nd.
That might be that's their smallest gain so far this evening to start a drive.
3-yard gain there, 2nd and 7. Northmor once again continues to look to control the game. Quick pass outside to Fulk. Fulk working his way up, fighting for the first down. He's pushed out of bounds by Haller.
Brought down by Haller.
Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 6.
He's going to be just short of the first down. So 3rd and short for the Knights.
Interesting enough, last time they had 3rd and short, I said I didn't know if they were going to run the ball, and he ran for a 48-yard touchdown on that very same play.
Could very well happen again. Same kind of formation. See if they get Campbell to the wide side of the field here. Bauer with the snap, fakes it. It's the keeper up the middle. He breaks. He's got a gap. 25, and he's inside the 25-yard line down to about the 24.5. But we got a flag down. Probably going to be a hold here.
Deep in the backfield, it is going to be a hold on Northmor. That itself is a drive killer. 3rd and inches. Now you're looking at 3rd and 10.
Probably very frustrating for the Northmor coaching staff because the hold took place way behind the play.
Yeah.
Bauer had already broken through the line, hit the seam, and was rolling for a first down. Instead, they'll bring it back. They'll set up a 3rd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Bring up 3rd and 11 for the Knights.
A 3rd and 11 that, so far, the way Northmore's offense is playing this evening, may not be.
Yeah, if they don't get it, I look for them to go for it here on 4th down. Bauer's going to send trips to the wide side of the field. Becker goes in motion. Quick little screen. Oh, he's got a convoy out in front of him.
Wanger's going.
Wanger's going to the house. And again, a little wide screen. And Northmor again strikes.
We got another flag on the field, though.
They got to call a holding illegal. A hold downfield is going to negate another big play touchdown by Northmor. Beautiful play design.
Amazing play call there. On 3rd and 11, the last thing you expect is a little inside bubble screen, and they run it to perfection. They send Becker on a little wheel route to the outside on a swing route, fake it to him, throw your bubble, and had a convoy out in front of him. Unfortunately, they are going to get a first down.
But not the touchdown.
However.
Yeah. And that action with Campbell going out into the flat just sucked the South Central defenders right to him and opened up that bubble screen. Winger had a ton of room to run. So instead of a touchdown, we're looking at 1st and 10 for Northmor. Ball on the 34-yard line. 4:53 to go here in the opening quarter. Quick handoff here to the right side. This time they're going to give the ball to Becker. Becker may have gained a yard.
Brought down by
Yard, maybe 2. Great job there by the South Central defense to finally step up and meet him in the hole. I think that's the middle linebacker that came up, met him in the hole, sealed the gap, didn't let anybody get through it, and made a stop.
Dixon Blanton there with the stop. So 2nd and 9, trips to the bottom. Here for Northmor. They're calling in the play. Bauer's getting a quick read. Becker goes wide, throws it out to him in the flat. Got a little inside the 30, 25. Put his head down and got a couple extra yards. Bring up another 3rd and short for Northmor.
Same formation, same motion they ran on the bubble screen that they ran the previous play to Wanger that went for a touchdown that got called back. Exact same setup, only this time he has the Becker read, throws it out to him on the swing route, and still gets 5-6 yards.
Same look, different action. 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2, 25-yard line. Bauer with trips to the right in a bunch formation. Looks like they have numbers out there if he wants to go out that direction. And he's looking that way. He throws over the top, and he's got his receiver. Oh, and it just falls.
Great job by Gunnar Ray to come over, put something in his eyes so he couldn't see, and I think he might have even got a hand on that as it was coming to the receiver.
Yeah, Bo Landon was wide open. He had the read, and as you said, Gunnar Ray cuts right across from him, across in front of him, may have got a piece of it. Ball drops, brings up 4th and 2. Looks like Bauer's gonna go under center here. Quick handoff, Paul Kramer. Kramer rumbles his way down inside the 20 for a first down. So, first down for the Knights, the Holman Kitchen Supply. First down as the drive continues.
You're a dangerous football team when you can go hurry up spread and get under center in an offset I formation and ground and pound the football.
And we're looking a little bit of pound offense here as the handoff this time goes to Campbell. Campbell over the left side. So we saw a lot of spread formation, 3 and 4 wide receiver sets early for Northmor. 4th and 2, we said offset I formation, pound the ball. They go right back to it and pick up 5.
He's going to stay under center here as well.
They're going to stay with it here. So Kramer and Campbell in the backfield. Another quick handoff, this time over the right side.
Handoff to Paul Kramer.
Kramer's going to get inside the 10 for a Holman Kitchen Supply first down. We'll move the chains here as the Knights are again knocking on the door.
1st and goal, 3 consecutive possessions. They didn't get into the red zone the first 2 times, but they found the end zone and now they're killing clock, driving down the field.
And they're staying with it, and Kramer bounces it outside, and he basically goes in untouched. Touchdown, Northmor.
They're making it look easy offensively tonight. Defensively, they're playing great, but offensively, they are doing what they want, when they want, how they want, every possession so far.
An 8-yard touchdown run by Paul Kramer ups the lead to 18-0 with 2:32 to go in the first quarter. And this one's getting away from South Central in a hurry.
If you're Coach Martin, you have to hope that your offense can at least run the rest of this quarter out with the ball in their hands.
Good snap, good kick. Chenier knocks it through. And Northmor leads 19-0 with 2:32 to go here in the first.
Lights up, 19-0.
What more can you ask for?
Well, we talked about it earlier and about changing the culture. You're down 19-0. You've not been able to move the football. We talked in the pregame about finding an offensive rhythm, trying to find an identity. What do you think South Central's going to do here? Do you abandon that and you just start throwing the ball all over the place and put it in the hands of your best player and Holler? Or do you stick with what you came in with game plan?
From what I've seen, I think you leave it in the hands of your best player, which is your quarterback, but they haven't trusted him to throw the ball downfield yet. Every throw that he's completed has been a bubble screen or a quick out or a handoff. They haven't trusted him to unleash and throw it downfield yet, like we've seen A.J. Bauer do on the other side. He's not afraid to throw the ball 30, 40 yards downfield. You almost have to do that if you're South Central. Let your quarterback go, see what he's capable of, and see if you can find a wrinkle in your offense that can compete with this Northmor defense that has just stifled you to start this game.
Yeah, last week Holler was just 6 of 18 for 62 yards, but he also carried the ball 18 times last week for 58 yards. You haven't seen him run the ball a lot tonight, so maybe we'll see some changes here where they'll roll him out, give him some run-pass options, and see if he can come up with something. And a big mistake there by South Central. Looked like the kickoff was going out of bounds. They handle it, they grab it, step out of bounds, and they're going to get the ball on the 15-yard line.
Instead of the 35.
Instead of the 35. 20-yard difference, mental mistakes, young teams, new coaching staff. Again, trying to change the culture and change, the fortunes of this program.
Like we were saying, the hardest part about changing culture is, you see the numbers difference on the sidelines. We talked about that already. It's hard to get kids out for a program when you're struggling to create wins or create a winning atmosphere. It's hard to get those numbers up. Consistency is key in all sports. Coaching, winning, even if it's consistently losing, if the coach is there and he's consistently there, you're going to be able to get those numbers. First-year coach has to build his culture and hope that they buy into it.
Absolutely. So South Central takes over here, down 19-0. Ball on the 15-yard line. And it looks like we're going to see a little bit different look from the Trojans offensively. Going to 4 wideouts. Holler in the backfield with Ray. Ray's going to go in motion. And there's the quarterback keeper trying to bounce it outside. Northmore's just stringing it out. Holler sticks his head down and tries to get upfield. Maybe gets a yard, but another real good job there by the front line of the Northmor defense.
The contain by the corner, he got off the block, contain the edge like you're taught to do. You contain that edge, you push the ball carrier back into your 10 teammates and let them make the tackle, and that's exactly what Northmor does.
Yeah, Northmore's done a great job tonight of shedding blockers and making plays on the ball.
Yeah.
South Central now going 5 wide. Ray in motion. Fakes the handoff, Holler, and he's going to go down. Northmor read it the whole way. Little bobble on the handoff there, on the fake handoff there to Gunner Ray. Holler keeps it, and it's going to be a loss.
Loss of about 3 on the play.
Bring up about 3rd and 13 here for South Central, and just when they needed to put the drive together, they're going the wrong direction.
And that's a situation where, is that a read on him on that jet sweep, and he misread? Was it supposed to be a handoff and it got bobbled? We'll never know.
What we do know is It's 3rd and 13, and they need to make a play. And instead, they fumble the snap. Haller's rolling out. He's got a guy along the right sideline. He throws it late, and it looks like it may have been picked off, but no, they're going to call it incomplete.
Haller's pass is incomplete.
Looks like Northmor came down with it, but was out of bounds. Again, the man around with the football is Hunter Fulk. You throw it, better watch out because Hunter Fulk's going to get it.
And, I mean, he just read the quarterback's eyes the whole way there. He's seen him scramble. He's seen the guy running up the right sideline, and he almost undercut that perfectly and had his 3rd interception of the season already.
If you're Hunter Fulk, think about this. You go into week 2 of your senior season. How do you top opening week when you go 2 pick sixes at crunch time to basically seal the first game?
He already has a long touchdown catch tonight to go right along with it. I mean, the way this young man has started his senior season, you can't ask for anything more.
Great start here for Hunter Fulk and the Northmor Golden Knights. 19-0, 1:03 to go. South Central is facing a 4th and 13 pinned deep in their own territory on the 13-yard line.
And they've struggled to get punts off. Both punts that they've got off this evening, Northmor has been there, almost got hands on them. Now you're in even shorter territory. That ball gets away from your kicker. It's a safety, or it's a recovered in the end zone for Northmor. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong in this situation.
Well, on the last punt attempt, give credit to Northmor, but Ashton Clark did a great job, came off the edge, could have probably blocked it, but he wasn't sure if he was going to get there or not. He held up, let him get the kickoff, knowing they're probably going to get good field position, but he was there, could have probably made the block. We're going to see if Northmor, their special teams, can create a big play here, maybe get a punt block or punt return.
What's scary is the field position Northmor has had all night, and now they're guaranteed to start on the plus side of the 50.
And we are going to see a change in the punter. So now Josh Radcliffe is going to drop back. Radcliffe, a lineman, high snap. He brings it down, gets the punt off, and Northmor calls for the fair catch. Oh, I thought he called for a fair catch. Instead, Becker's going to take it down the right sideline, and we do have a flag. I kind of thought Becker waved for the fair catch there for a minute.
I thought I seen him wave for a fair catch, but I'm not sure what the flag's going to be. There was a clean pancake block on the other side of the play. Are they going to call him for waving for a fair catch and then running?
Yep, that's what they're going to call. He waved for the fair catch, and then he caught the ball and tried to advance it. They're going to call him for that. So the back judge behind it didn't get the call, but some of his buddies on the crew going to bail him out here on that one. So it's going to push Northmor back. But again, where the punt was caught, and even with the flag, it looks like Northmor is going to take over once again, starting in South Central's territory.
Yeah, they're going to be on the plus side of the 50 for the 3rd drive.
4th drive.
4th drive.
I know, it blends together here. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
And they didn't call the catching. They called a hold on Bryson Kearns.
Okay.
So that's an interesting.
Yeah, they were talking about, because you saw the one official who made the fair catch signal when he was talking to the rest of his crew. Maybe the holding call was a bigger penalty, would push them back farther. No matter what it was, penalty on the Knights. They're going to push it back here and then start on the 46-yard line. So 46 yards from pay dirt for the Knights as they have a 19-0 lead here, and we're not even to the end of the first quarter.
Jet sweep
Quick
action.
handoff there to Chenier.
There on the carry.
And here comes another one. We have multiple flags. One's going to be a hold for sure. Maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct or another hold down the field.
Yep, we're going to have a hold down the field as well.
So Chenier gets wide. Yep, a second hold. Yeah, if you're Northmor, here's the good thing about the penalties. Last week, you were upset about the penalties because it struggled. You're in a tight game, this and that. Tonight, as a coach, you may be kind of okay with the penalties because it gives you something to harp on them about.
It's a teaching moment.
It's a teaching moment where you've had big play after big play. You've done everything so well, but you've got these little things you still have to clean up. You got the wheel route. Didn't look back. No flag is thrown. Bauer was looking for Chenier on the wheel route.
That's a tough call there for an official. I mean, it's an underthrown ball. Chenier tries to come back to it. The corner never turned back to look for the ball. He just kind of went into Chenier. But, again, it's 19-0.
Right. Absolutely.
Not a game-changing penalty at this point.
Yeah, and Hayden Tobias there for South Central, if he'd have found the ball early, may have been able to get his hands on it and get a pick or get a quick 6 instead. We line up here, and for the snap, dead ball false start on the Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights definitely have some things to work on here as far as the penalties. I believe that's their 5th penalty of the night.
5 penalties for 45 yards so far this evening.
So while they're in control, definitely have to clean some things up. I'm sure that's going to be part of the talk at halftime. Mental focus, staying sharp. Don't look at the scoreboard. Play the play. Make the next play.
Play the game the way that we've worked all summer and into this fall.
And we get it again.
I believe we're going to have a neutral zone infraction on South Central there.
That's what they got. So Bauer went up there. Must have went with a hard count. Dead ball, neutral zone infraction, offsides call, and we'll move it 5 yards the other way. So right now we're sitting at 2nd and 20. Ball on the Northmor 44-yard line, 41 seconds to go. Knights with a 19-point lead. Bauer in the shotgun. Snap a little to his right, a little bit of pressure. He throws it across the middle, and it's caught by Hunter Fulk. Fulk's going to bounce it wide. He's going to get a block on the outside. He's inside the 20 and taken down out of bounds around the 17-yard line.
That's another 30-plus yard play. I mean, anything over 20 yards is a big play, especially in high school football, and that's their 4th or 5th one of the evening already.
Great job here by the Northmor offense. Gave him just enough time. Bauer steps up. Fulk had found a little seam there and sat down in it and got the big play. Here's a quick handoff. Campbell tries to get over the left side. Gets it down to about the 15-yard line. Gain of a couple. And that should bring us to the end of the first quarter. Or the Knights going to try to get one more snap off yet here in quarter number 1.
They're lining up. It looks like they might try to get one more snap off.
Game clock 2-1, and the clock's going to expire there to end the first quarter before the snap gets off. So after 1, we have a game here where Northmore's ahead. Northmor 19, South Central 0. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report. We'll be back in a few.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
And welcome back to Northmor High School, where the Knights have dominated quarter number 1, leading 19-0 over South Central. I am Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. We're watching Friday Night Football here live and free on the OH Report. The Golden Knights looking to punch it in again.
Inside the 20. Little jet sweep off to Becker. He gets around the edge. going to be pushed out to 2. It's going to be another Home and Kitchen Supply first down. But another big play of 10-plus yards for Northmor.
But in the whole scheme of things, actually, is a 10-yard gain a big play for the Knights? The way they went tonight, I mean, we've got a 48-yarder, a 35-yarder, 30-yarder. 10 yards isn't a whole lot, I guess.
Most high school football games, 10 yards is a big play, but the way Northmore's been slinging it tonight and running it tonight, not at all.
Not at all, but this handoff goes to Becker. Becker bounces it down inside, cuts it back, gain of maybe a half a yard.
Brought down by Brantley Ellis and Sam Bauer.
Second and goal. Northmor looking to extend their lead. 2 backs, another handoff to Becker. Great penetration there by South Central. Good play there by the South Central defensive line. Alex Hammonds bursts through and brings him down for a loss.
A big play that South Central desperately needed. Does that get their defense moving? Hey, guys, look, they're not unbeatable. We can shed blocks, we can get into the backfield, and we can make plays.
South Central takes a timeout here. 11 minutes to go. Northmor 19, South Central 0 here at Northmor High School. Tonight we have some great sponsors. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about most, Andy can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. And First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Also want to thank Ruth Farms. They specialize in bred, born, and raised freezer beef since 1948. Call Zach Ruth to order yours at 419-989-0341. Northmor comes out of the timeout, facing 3rd and goal, ball resting on the 11-yard line of South Central. They're going to send 3 wide receivers to the right side of the field. Campbell in the backfield with Bauer. He throws it looking. Touchdown, Northmor.
Bauer's pass is complete.
And again, Northmor hits pay dirt with a pass to Bo Landon for an 11-yard touchdown. Northmor ups their lead to 25-0.
He found Bo Landon in the back of the end zone, but he had Hunter Fulk in the beginning of that play wide open. A touchdown's a touchdown either way for Northmor. They're continuing their offensive dominance this evening.
And as a quarterback, you got to have to love that when you drop back and you have time and you're looking, and it's just like, who do I throw to for the touchdown? You have multiple options. Chenier drives this one through the uprights. 26-0 Northmor.
26-0.
The way that this junior last week performed against a very good Upper Sandusky team and has come out here tonight and performed, and he's still got a year of eligibility left. Watch out for this kid next year when he's a senior.
Well, it looks to be a good year for the Golden Knights. You know, started off last week, we talked about that win on the road at Upper Sandusky. Upper Sandusky's a really good ball club. A lot of people expected them to maybe do some damage in the Northern 10. That N10 is, once again, got some good teams in Cary and Colonel Crawford and some others. But Upper Sandusky's picked to be right there in the hunt for potential N10 title. Northmor goes on the road and deals them a loss in week 1.
Northmor does what Northmor does. They come through when they need to come through in that game. Battle, battle, battle. Upper wants to throw the ball. They throw the ball well last week. Upper throws the ball well against this Northmor defense. But then somebody steps up, makes a couple big plays, completely changes the game around. And then you come out here tonight in a game like you and I talked about, we kind of expected things to go the way they're going just based on what South Central had done last week versus what Northmor had done, the skill players that both teams had coming back. But
Chenier's kick is taken inside the 10. Sanders on the return looks to go right, and he brings it out to about the 22, 23-yard line. And yeah, we talked about this a little bit before we went on the air about what we were going to see tonight or what we expected to see tonight. And while we expected Northmor to come out and play well, other than a few penalties and some plays like that, their execution has just been outstanding.
If you look at the numbers, A.J. Bauer has yet to have an incompletion on the evening. So he is 6 for 6 for well over 100 yards with ease.
With ease. And if you're the home crowd here, and as you said, great crowd here on hand tonight from Northmor. If you're the home crowd, you have to be loving what you see out of this Northmor squad in week 1 and then so far in the first quarter and or so tonight. Snap goes to Holler. He's going to try to take it outside the numbers.
It's like he's going to pick up 4, maybe 5 yards.
And that's exactly what South Central needs, something positive there. So they're going to say a pickup of 4. So Holler gets it to a situation where 2nd and 6. See if they can get another positive play here and try to get a 3rd and short or a first down here. 2 wide receivers go to the short side. Sanders comes to the wide side. Holler looking, throws right. Good play there. Quick break up there by Garrett Harvey. Harvey read it, thought he may have got a pick 6 there for a second.
That's just a phenomenal job. Harvey sitting back in his coverage, reading the quarterback, breaking to the receiver. Couldn't quite get in front of him to get the pick, but got the arm in there to rip the ball free. You can't, as a defensive coach, you can't ask for anything more out of your defense.
Well, we haven't seen South Central try to throw it over the top, so they're sitting on those short little quick routes. Now Holler's going to get pressure. He's going to scramble. He's in trouble. Ball comes out, and it's taken. Touchdown, Northmor. Ryan Lowry. Great pressure there by Ashton Clark, and they create the turnover. And Ryan Lowry says, thank you very much. Touchdown for the big fella.
And he was shocked to catch that ball. You had the pressure coming in, and you see him just kind of reach back. He didn't want to throw that ball. In that situation, you're almost better off taking a sack and punting it away. But that's just phenomenal hands by the big fella to catch that little loose throw and take it in the end zone for 6.
And I'm guessing Ryan Lowry has a new best friend. He is saying thank you, Ashton Clark, for the pressure. And the defensive lineman comes up with the interception and touchdown. You're less than 5.5 quarters into the season, and the Northmor defense with 3 pick 6s on the year.
There are some high school football teams that don't get 3 pick 6s in the entire season, let alone 3 in your first 2 games.
Some don't even get 3. Yeah, I mean, 3, and for some of these teams, they don't get 3 for 3 or 4 years. They just don't get them. Northmore's like, no, thank you very much. We'll take the football and we'll take it to the house.
Not only pick 6s, but some teams don't get 3 interceptions in a season.
It's true. It's very true. 32-0. Golden Knights just romping South Central here just 2 minutes into the second quarter.
We did have a penalty flag on the last play.
Illegal substitution on South Central. Up 32-0. The Knights decline the penalty.
No need to move it any closer than you already are. No need to go for 2. Just kick your 1, go up 33-0, and continue to play football.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the offense can score and do some different things. So you might as well work on the kicking game a little bit here. The problem is the student section has the football. Well, the officials just threw it to the student section, and the center's looking at the long snapper's looking at him like, hey, we need that.
Where'd the ball go? We just kicked it through the uprights on the penalty.
The Golden Knights with the pink out for the student section tonight gets the ball back in play. And we line it up here as Northmor. Chenier looks to add on the PAT. And he drives it down the middle. 33-0. Northmor over South Central.
If you're the South Central Trojans here, you got to get something positive. It's only not even 3 minutes into the second quarter. You're down 32-0, but not all is lost in this game. You can still turn your offense around, get something positive, find something positive out of this game tonight to go into next week with, to go into the bus ride home with. Because as of right now, it's going to be a long bus ride home.
Yeah, for South Central, member of the Firelands Conference. Next week they go, they get to go back home hosting Fremont St. Joe. Great time here. Work on your stuff. Work on your stuff. Again, just like if you're Northmor and you're ahead 33-0, forget the scoreboard. Forget the scoreboard. Make the next play. Play the game. And it's got to be one play at a time.
Execution.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Martin is trying to tell his team and what they're saying from the press box. Hey, guys, settle down. Don't worry about it. Let's just go one play at a time. Let's try to get some offensive production here. See, I don't think they've got a first down yet tonight.
They do not.
No first downs yet for South Central. So a little bit here, a little bit there. Have some goals here. And the first one is try to get a first down on the offensive side of things.
They have 15 yards of total offense so far through a quarter and 2.5 minutes.
So a dominant performance so far by the Golden Knights of Northmor.
Schneer's going to step back to kick it deep. Done a great job kicking the ball so far tonight.
He's got his workout so far. Caleb Schneer puts his leg into this one, and Gunnar Ray is going to take it inside the 5. He's out to the 20, tries to cut wide, 25, 26, gets it out to about the 27-yard line. Nice return there by Gunnar Ray.
Jackson Wenger and Rory Porter come together to make that tackle. It's just been not only defensively, but the kick coverage, the offense, the field goals. Northmor has played a complete football game so far tonight. And what'll be interesting to see is how much does that change. We're up 33-0. They'll probably finish their starters out the first half. We'll probably see some of the JV kids come in the second half. How much does that change in the second half when you put in those younger kids?
South Central's going to come out, pistol formation. Holler looks to throw right. Catch is made out 25, 26, out to about the 30, 31-yard line. Hayden DeBias with the catch. It was dangerous. It was a dangerous throw. I thought Northmor was going to slide in there and get another one.
Hunter Fulk almost had himself another pick 6 on the year.
Yeah.
He read it. He mistimed it. Just barely mistimed it. And then the worst part about that as a corner, as a DB, is you mistime that interception. Now you're giving up 5 yards because you can't make the tackle.
Right. They're going to call it gain of 4, so 4.5 yards there. 2nd and 6. Handoff there to Gunnar Ray. Jet sweep, and he's immediately brought down.
Brought down by Schneer.
So Schneer on the defensive side getting it done. He's kicking the ball, running the ball, making tackles. He's doing it all tonight. So he brings down Ray for no gain. 3rd and 6, ball resting on the 31-yard line. South Central still looking for their first down of the ball game. 2 wide receivers, short side of the field. Holler in the pistol. Dropping back, looking right, getting some pressure. Throws it out wide to Cole Frankert. And even though he completed the pass, he may have picked up a half yard.
He took a lick from Hunter Fulk.
No gain on the play. He'll bring up 4th and 6.
Yeah, Hunter Fulk came up. Knights were in zone coverage, and he came up and he laid the hammer. And now if you're South Central, not a whole lot to lose here. Maybe they're going to go for it on 4th down. Nope. They quickly drop back. Holler's going to take the snap. Barely gets it off. Almost blocked. Punt goes to the 35-yard line. Good move there. And Wenger takes it out to about the 44-yard line. But, hey, good news for the South Central defense. Northmor starting on their own side of the field.
Second time this evening they started on their own side of the field. What's scary is the first time it led to a 48-yard touchdown run. It's just been one of those evenings. It's one of those nights on the football field where if you're South Central and Coach Martin, Nothing you call is working offensively, defense, special teams. That punt, again, almost gets blocked. And the other side with Coach Armros, everything is working perfect.
You just look at your play sheet and like, yeah, we're going to dial this one up. It's going to work. So first down, handoff goes to Becker over the left side. He takes it up to almost midfield. Hammonds with the tackle, ball out to about the 48-yard line. 2nd and 6. Knight's going to continue to attack here against this Trojan defense. Jet sweep, Chenier gets it.
Chenier on the carry.
Able to get outside, but doesn't get a whole lot of yards. May have got a couple.
He'll gain a couple.
Gets it to about midfield.
Brought down by Haller.
Haller grabbed the jersey and just held on for dear life. He didn't let him go any farther. He made him go out of bounds just by holding on to the back of his jersey.
And they're going to mark him down just short of the 49-yard line. So 3rd and 3 here for Northmor. Bauer in the shotgun. Landon and Fulk split out to the short side. Quick handoff up the gut. Becker's going to move it for a first down. So Holman Kitchen Supply first down as Northmor moves the sticks. Again, inside South Central territory.
Only their 8th first down of the evening, but that's because so many big plays have happened.
You don't need first downs when you're getting 48 or 35 yards.
And off to Becker.
Again, Knights are going to look to run the football here. Hands off to Becker. Good job there by South Central defense. Going to hold him to maybe a short gain.
No gain will bring up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10. 6:08 to go here in quarter number 2. Bauer takes the play call. Looking over the South Central defense. Becker goes wide. They throw it out to him in the flat. Catches it. Works his way up to about the 41-yard line.
Gain of a couple.
Alex Hammonds on the stop.
Short little gain. Brings up 3rd and long here.
Gain and 2 will bring up 3rd and 8.
So 3rd and 8 for the Knights. 41-yard line. Looking to punch it in again for what would be their 6th touchdown of the evening.
South Central's daring them to throw the ball. They're putting 8 guys in the box, saying beat us over the top, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
He's open deep. Touchdown.
Pitch and catch. 41 yards. Bauer to Landon. Touchdown, Northmor.
South Central was asking for that on that possession. Once they got on the plus side of the 50, South Central said, throw the ball over our heads. They brought 8 guys into the box. They had no deep safety. And you had to think that either Bauer or Coach Armros was going to eventually see that and take a shot. And they did exactly that.
Well, in your South Central, you're thinking, okay, we're down 33-0. Are they really going to keep throwing it against us? So they're going to bring 8 guys in. Well, Northmore's like, well, we're still going to play the game. If you're going to bring 8 guys into the box, we're going to go over the top. And they did, and everybody in the stadium could see it. You could see Landon breaking off on that post. He was wide open. It was just a matter of getting him the ball. Great job by the Northmor offensive line. Protected Bauer. He laid it on the money, and it's 40-0 with 5:06 to go.
And it's been multiple guys that have scored this evening. You've got Landon's got 2 touchdowns. Fulk has a touchdown. Kramer has a touchdown. Campbell has a touchdown.
The big man Ryan Lowry with
Lowry's
the touchdown.
got the touchdown. There's been multiple guys that have scored tonight, so it's not a one-man show. Northmore showing you, hey, if you try to lock down one guy, we've got 3 or 4 other guys we can beat you with.
Well, and that's something that as you get through the non-conference portion of your schedule and you get into KMAC action, it's one of the things that you're putting on film. So opposing coaches are looking at game film, and they're breaking down tape of how are we going to attack Northmor. Northmore's putting it on film out there for you, like, well, you can attack us this way, but if you do, here's our counter.
Yep.
If you try to take that away, Here's our other counter. And they spread the ball around, and they've got the athletes to do it, and they are spreading it around, and they're making it look easy tonight.
Reagan Sanders back to receive.
Their 4th play of 30-plus yards. Their 3rd touchdown of over 35 yards on the evening.
Impressive showing by the Knights. And in case you haven't heard it so far tonight, Cheniere's getting ready to kick off for Northmor. So Cheniere boots it deep. It's going to be taken about the 4-yard line. South Central looking to make a play here, see if they can get something, but special teams by Northmor just as good as the offense and defense has been. Eric Sanders brings it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where South Central will start their drive.
If you're South Central, Caleb Cheniere has what we've seen so far, has a phenomenal leg. Let that go in the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, you're catching that on the 4-yard line, and he caught it over his head. It wasn't a low-line drive. He caught it over his head. Let that go in the end zone. Give yourself those extra 5 yards, maybe 10 yards, to work to try to get something going offensively. You keep pinning yourself so deep, you're not giving your offense any room to get moving.
The only thing you could be thinking is they're hoping to bust a big play, get something in the return game because nothing else has seemed to work. So here we go. South Central going to come out throwing. First one is incomplete. Becker almost slipped in between the receiver and the quarterback on that one and got it, but instead it drops to the ground. And it's going to be incomplete for 2nd and 10.
And one thing I've noticed these Northmor DBs are doing this evening, they are reading Howler like a book. He is staring down the receiver he wants to go to, and I have a feeling that we're going to see another pick 6 before the night's over.
Now Haller's going to try to run it, but there's the Northmor defensive line. First one in there, again, was Ashton Clark. Got him around the ankles, and then Paul Kramer comes in and helps wrap him up. Northmore's just dominating in the trenches.
And it's hard. I talked about it in the pregame. It's hard to be the leading rusher and the kid expected to sling the ball on a football field. Because you try to run QB draws like that, but when you're not throwing it successfully, they can key on your quarterback and they can shut down that run game.
3rd and 12. South Central going 5 wide. Haller drops back looking. Good throw, but dropped. Goes out of bounds. Ball hits the ground. Intended for Eric Sanders. And again, another South Central drive comes up short without gaining a first down.
Not only without gaining a first down, but you went backwards on that drive.
Yeah, 3 plays, -2 yards on that drive for South Central. And, you know, we've talked about it a lot, but just standing here looking out across the field, you see a Northmor sideline with, for a school their size, a bunch of guys on the sideline, and then you look over to South Central here, and they just don't have the numbers yet. Becker takes the punt, going left. He's got a little bit of open space, good block out there on the side, and he's going to get it down inside the 30. Aaron Fulk out there leading the way. I'm sorry, Hunter Fulk out there leading the way. It looks like they're going to mark it down to 26. But to continue my thought, you look to the sideline of South Central. I believe they have 30 guys on their roster, only 13 or 14 upperclassmen. So you have, a small team, a bunch of young kids, underclassmen out there. You got some guys hurt. So, it makes for a struggle when, your starting quarterback's also playing defense. I know in high school a lot of guys go 2 ways. But when the majority of your guys are going out there going 2 ways, it makes it really tough.
If my numbers and my counting are correct, it looks like they got 14 guys standing on the sideline, which means they've got 25 guys in pads tonight. It's hard to play 48 minutes of football with 25 guys.
Northmor comes back. They go to the run game. And Kramer over the left side looked like he was going to bust that one in for a touchdown, but instead he's brought down with a shoestring tackle. Tobias makes the stop about the 16-yard line, but it's a Holman Kitchen Supply first down. Good hole there for Kramer to run through.
And I think this is what makes Northmor dangerous this year, is what we're seeing right now. They've got a quarterback and they've got the athletes on the outside to sit back in a spread and sling the ball around all day long. But when you've got the likes of Kramer, Campbell, and Becker that you can sit in the backfield and you can ground and pound the football to, watch out for this team come playoff time.
Another handoff goes to Kramer. Moves it ahead for a few. And we've talked about them a little bit, but that offensive line for Northmor has just been so good tonight. You know, you've got Crable and Ambrose and Lowry, Sawyer Bailey, Parker Harbolt. Those guys have just opened up a ton of holes. And when they've decided to throw the ball, given Bauer really good protection, giving him time to find his targets.
For being the thing that I would say was Northmore's biggest question mark coming into this season was their line and their protection and what they could do offensively with what they had. They've answered every bell and whistle that's been asked out of them.
Yeah, the big fellas have definitely gotten it done tonight. Quick pitch to the left side of the field. Kramer dances away in and goes for the pylon.
Gonna come up just shy.
And, yeah, they're going to say he was out of bounds before he could get in there.
We'll see it here.
Looks like they're going to say his left foot was out of bounds about the 4-yard line.
Might have stepped out. He got hit around the ankles, might have forced that leg out. But we're going to have a holding penalty that's going to bring it back anyways. If you're Coach Armrose, the one thing, you're shooting yourselves in the foot with penalties.
Yeah.
That is their 6th penalty of the night.
Yeah, it didn't cost them last week. It's not going to cost them probably tonight in this ball game. But one of these nights, they're going to be in a real tight ball game, and they're going to want to clean up the penalties. But I'm sure Coach would be the first one to say that. It's not just us saying that. Coaching staff will talk about that at halftime. They'll talk about that on film, and they'll work on getting that cleaned up before they get into week 3.
And I think the big thing is it's their 5th holding penalty. It's their 5th holding penalty, so they have 1 false start, but 5 holding calls here in the first half.
Officiating crews talking it over. Not sure if it was the location of the penalty or what they're calling, but 40-0 Northmor over South Central. 2:53 to go in the second quarter, as we have a lengthy conversation here between the officials trying to get this one right.
Respect it, too. You know you're in a 40-0 game if you're the officiating crew, but you're still coming together. You're still making sure you get the call right. A lot of times you see, even at the high school level, I mean, even if you watch college or the NFL, you see they get into these blowout games, and the officials still want to make the right call, but they're not as concerned about coming together to make sure they get it right. They're just going to call what they call, and then they're just going to go with it.
Right. And, you know, something a lot of people don't know is the fact that the officials are also getting evaluated. These games are going on tape. The head of the officiating in the district or in the area or the conference watches games. They send stuff. They send clips to the officiating crew. You know, these aren't guys that just volunteer, gals that show up on Friday night, go out there, do this, and then let it go until the next week. They're working at their craft as well. Some of these guys, gals, have dreams of moving up from high school to the college ranks.
Yep.
And beyond. So, you know, they're taking this very seriously. I know some people yelling at them. It's like 40-0, who cares? Well, they're trying to do the right thing. And like I said, all the credit and respect in the world to these guys and gals that go out there and call these games for us.
You know, a lot of these guys and gals, they work full-time jobs just like you and I do. But this is something that they love to do. They have to take training to do this year in and year out. Money comes out of their pockets for these classes they have to take, for these uniforms that they have to wear. They're going to go out here and do the best that they can do. And they, like you said, they don't get the credit that they deserve. They really don't.
And it's hard to do. If you've ever tried to officiate or ever been in that situation, it is tough. It is so much faster out there on the field. And when you're down there, you don't have the luxury like we do in the stands or in the press box of looking down and having a better angle. A lot of times guys get in the way and you don't see things. But, you know, again, a lot of credit here and respect to the officials. They get it sorted out. It's going to leave us with 2nd and 17 for Northmor. 2:53 to go. As they look to punch it in again just before halftime. A.J. Bauer, junior quarterback for the Knights, under center. Two guys in the backfield. Quick handoff to Kramer. And Kramer over the right side.
We brought down at the 5.
And take that down to the 5. Another 10-plus yard play for Northmor. That's a 12-yard rush.
So 3rd and goal, ball on the 5.
Ball on the 6 brings up 3rd.
I guess they're going to call it the 6. So ball sitting on the 6-yard line. A.J. Bauer under center. Campbell and Kramer split behind him in the backfield. Handoff goes to Campbell and hit immediately and going to be stopped.
Handoff to Campbell.
Nice job by the defense there. Landon Gamble
Dixon Blanton.
and Dixon Blanton. Gamble got in there, disrupted the play. 4th and goal for the Knights.
A big job there by South Central. A defensive stand inside the 10. I know what the scoreboard says, but if you're Coach Martin, that's a big motivator for you defensively going into the second half. Hey, look, we stopped them inside the 5.
And it looks like Northmore's going to let the play clock run down here and call a timeout before they make a decision here on 4th down. Coach Armrose goes down to the official. Play clock gets down to 1. They call the timeout. So 1:25 to go here. 40-0 lead for Northmor. And if you're Coach Armrose here, you're looking at what do we do here? 4th and, like I said, 4th and goal, 5-yard line. Do you work on the special teams? Do you kick the field goal?
Cheniers made it look easy from the ball set at the 2. I don't know what 3 more yards would be, and what's the harm in the opportunity? I mean, you're looking at, an 18-yard field goal from the 5-yard line. Not a huge deal for a lot of these kids. You see some high school kids at this level kicking 35, 40-yarders. So 18 yards, this is an extra point in the NFL from the 5.
And you're in a situation, too, where it's tough. I mean, it's tough on the South Central side, but it's also tough on the Northmor side because you want your kids to play at a level. You play to the standard. You don't play down your competition. You play to the standard you set. And it's 40-0, but while you want to play the standard, there's also the sportsmanship and the relationships you have with other coaches, and you don't want to embarrass anybody. So it's also tough here for Northmor.
Knights are going for it.
4th and goal. Little fade pattern, back shoulder. Oh, ball comes loose. Looked like they had it. It was Bauer to Winger, and it's going to come up just short, and Northmor is going to be stopped on 4th down. So it looked like Northmor was going to get it, but the ball was knocked away. South Central will take over. And again, though, horrible starting field position. Ball on the 7-yard line, but at least they got a stop. First stop of the night for the South Central defense.
Is that motivation for their offense to get going? Your defense finally does what they need to do to prevent Northmor from putting points on that scoreboard. Can that help get your offense going?
Well, I think if you're South Central here, 1:19 to go in the half, you run the ball 3 times here, run the clock, and just get to the locker room. Don't try to throw it. Don't throw a pick 6. Don't do anything crazy and make it worse. Just hand the ball off, try to run some clock. That's exactly what they're going to do. The ball goes to Gunner Ray. Ray gets out to about the 9-yard line, pick up of a couple.
But there's the Northmor defense again. Golbach flies to the ball, makes a tackle. If you're South Central, you're doing exactly what you want to do, but Northmore's defense is just their pursuit to the ball, the angles they take to make the tackle is exactly what you want to see.
2nd and 7. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. Once again, Haller in the backfield. Hands it off and immediately hit. Ray is going to be dropped about the 9-yard line. Play clock is off as we are inside 40 seconds. We are at 25 seconds and counting until halftime. And we'll see if South Central lets the clock run out or if they go one more play.
And say if I'm
maybe
Coach,
throw it deep.
Yeah, I was going to say if I'm Coach Martin, I may not even hike the ball right here. Don't take a chance of a fumble. Don't take a chance of an interception. Just let this clock run out. Get to the locker room.
Get to the locker room. And that is exactly what we are going to see. So that's the end of the first half here from Northmor High School. The score at halftime, Northmor 40, South Central 0. You are watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Made famous in 1987 by the movie Dirty Dancing, it's the #1 song performed by college and university marching bands. Featuring our Trojanettes, here is Hey Baby. performed by Black Sabbath. Here is Iron Man.
marching band would like to thank the South Central Trojan Band for their performance tonight. We wish them good luck and dry weather for the rest of the season. We would also like to thank the Northmor Board of Education, our administration, our amazing music boosters, and of course, all our parents for their support of music education in the Northmor schools. Our marching band show tonight will feature music by legends of rock and pop music. We know you will recognize each of our selections tonight, and we encourage you to sing along. This song has been performed over 1,100 times live, has had 8 million plays on YouTube, and more than 500 million plays on Spotify. By rock legend Ozzy Osbourne in 1980, all aboard our arrangement of Crazy Train. One of the most recognizable bands in the world, known for their black and white and flamboyant style, their larger-than-life stage presence. They released an anthem for rock fans all around the world. By rock and roll legend Kiss, this is Rock and Roll All Night.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
comeback? Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome back to Northmor High School. Here at halftime, we see the homestanding Northmor Golden Knights leading South Central 40-0 in an impressive first half performance by Northmor. It's Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. And Josh, you have some halftime stats here for us.
Dominant first half for the Golden Knights. South Central struggles, no first downs, 14 yards passing. From what I have down is 4 of 12. 6 yards rushing, 20 total yards. On the positive side, you only committed 1 penalty for 5 yards. So they are disciplined. They just can't seem to get anything rolling. The other side of the football, 151 yards passing, 141 yards rushing, 8 of 9 throwing the ball is Bauer. 292 total yards. The one turnover was the turnover on downs right before the half. Their biggest complaint is 6 penalties, 55 yards.
So, again, another outstanding performance so far by Northmor. Last week they used the big play on the defensive side, 2 pick sixes in the win over Upper Sandusky. Tonight they get another pick six. This time it was the big fella, Ryan Lowry, coming up with the interception and return for a touchdown. But it's been big play after big play tonight for Northmor.
You have a pick six. You have 4 plays over 35 yards, 3 of them going for touchdowns, multiple plays over 10 yards, multiple plays over 15 yards. It's just consistently, it's them doing what they want to do on the offensive side of the football, and South Central has no answer for it.
No answer so far by South Central here tonight. As we said, 40-0. Northmor leads at the half. A couple other quick scores for you here for games of interest around the area. Ashland leading Marion Harding 7-0 in the third quarter. At halftime, Shelby 22, Lexington 6. Highland at halftime up 19-7 over Triway. Upper Sandusky, a team that fell last week to Northmor, leading Mount Gilead 12-0. River Valley 21, Madison Comprehensive 0 at halftime. In a battle of 2 programs that used to be dominant state powers, Winford over Pleasant 22-14 at the half. Granville 15, Clear Fork 0 at halftime. And what's one of the best games in the area tonight, a lot of people thought was going to be Cary and Gallion. Second quarter, that game is tied at 14. So outstanding ball game there. Ontario up 28-0 over Centerburg. And Danville in the second quarter leading Bucyrus 61-6, second quarter.
61-6 in the second quarter is hard to talk about. I mean, we see a 40-0 game here. We talked about that Gallion-Cary game before we even got on the pregame. Gallion is not in recent years, but a perennial powerhouse in football in years past. And Cary, the last 5 years, last 3 years especially, has just absolutely dominated the N10, making a run to the state title game, and then getting upset in the playoffs 2 years ago by Colonel Crawford. They're the favorite to win the Big Ten or the N10 until they get knocked off. But a loss to Gallion tonight would be a big tilt for them.
Yeah, Gallion has high expectations this year. They really think they're going to be able to compete for a title in the MOAC. They bring back a lot of guys, and they're trying to see if they can get something going there. And then you mentioned Colonel Crawford. Colonel Crawford going on the road tonight, halftime, leading what is usually a pretty good Cardinal Stritch team, 43-7 at halftime.
I'll be curious to look at the box score for that one tomorrow because Colonel Crawford has always been a powerhouse offensively. They've always had big play potential, just like these Golden Knights that we're seeing this evening. But it was kind of going to be a questionable year for them. They graduated Cam Lohr, which was their quarterback last year. They slide in All-Ohio wide receiver Trevor Vogt to play quarterback. So who was going to step out wide and play receiver for him? They relied on his legs a lot last week in the upset of Hannibal River. 4.5 hours away from home. They actually stayed at a hotel in West Virginia. But to come out tonight and just manhandle, like you said, a normal powerhouse Cardinal Stritch team says a lot about what that program has become, just like we're watching here tonight with Northmor and what this program has become.
So good performance so far tonight by several of the area teams. Some of them still tightly contested. It'll be interesting to see how that score goes on as the night goes on. Here it's 40-0 Northmor as the teams are warming up for the second half. Oh, we have a few minutes. We want to show some thanks and some praise out to our sponsors who've made this possible tonight. Andy Bauer, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about the most, Andy can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Banking locally just got a little easier with First Federal Community Bank. Ruth Farms, they specialize in bred, born and raised freezer beef since 1948. Call Zach Ruth to order yours at 419-989-0341. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Morrow County Hospital, providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. Thank you very much to all our sponsors. Because of them, we are able to come to you live and free from Northmor High School tonight on what's turned out to be a beautiful night here in northern Morrow County. And if you're on the Northmor sidelines, it has been a thing of beauty so far. 40-point lead at the half for Northmor, and because of that, in the second half, we will see a running clock until that lead, if that lead would get under 30, then that clock would stop and go back to regular timing regulations.
I'm really curious to see what adjustments did Coach Martin make at halftime for South Central. But on the other side of things, we expect Coach Armrose to come out, some JV guys, some guys that maybe don't get as much playing time or don't see the field as much. Are they going to come out and sling it because it's those guys that are on the field? Are they going to come out, ground and pound the football, run this clock out? It'll be interesting to see both sides of the ball, what adjustments were made by South Central, and what does Northmor do to maybe kind of run this clock out, or are they trying to put another 40 up on the board?
Right, and with the shortened time here in the second half, in the OHSAA and high school games, which have gotten out of hand a little bit, like this contest tonight, I think Northmor, you may see their starters for a series or two. They may come out and just try to get some more work in, do some things with the running game a little bit. You've got the running clock, so you can do that, and then maybe the last 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, see the JVs. Not sure how they're going to play this one, but whatever it may be, great performance so far by the Golden Knights. Getting ready to kick off here in the second half. South Central won the coin toss to start this one. They deferred, so the Trojans will get first crack at it here in half number 2. Dropping back deep to receive for the Trojans, number 12, Eric Sanders, and number 8, Gunnar Ray, positioning themselves about 4 or 5 yards outside the end zone. Chenier will once again handle the kickoff duties for the Golden Knights. Chenier approaches and sends it deep. Sanders is going to take it, lets it go into the end zone for a touchback. And we talked about this earlier, so South Central with maybe their best starting field position of the night. Bring that ball out to the 25-yard line.
The Trojans will take over at the 20.
Or the 20-yard line.
Still probably their best starting field position of the evening. I know they started on the 20 earlier in the first half, but it's a situation where I had made the comment earlier, we had talked about it earlier. You're catching the ball 5 yards out of the end zone, and you're normally getting hit at the 6, 7, 8, 10-yard line. Let the ball go into the end zone. Give yourself 10 extra yards of room and see if your offense can get going.
So the 20 is better than the 7. So South Central gets the ball. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. Shotgun, quick handoff goes to Ray. And he's immediately going to be stopped and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Nicholas Armrose in there for the tackle for the Golden Knights.
And it's the same thing Northmor did in the first half. They're just dominating up front. Gunnar Ray, one of those kids on this South Central team that gets a lot of carries.
Last week, Ray ran for 53 yards on 13 carries. Little option right. Pitch goes to Ray. Good gain there. Positive yards for the Trojans. Ray brings the ball out to the 26-yard line.
Nick Armros on the stop again.
Armrose again makes the stop for Northmor. Brings up third and about 4.5.
A productive first series here. I know they've only got 5 yards on the series, but they're making plays and slowly moving the ball down the field.
And can they get a first down here? It'd be big for their confidence. Fumbled snap, now he's under pressure. Delivers, trying to get upfield for the first down is Fisher, but he brought down just short. He was right there, looked like he was going to be able to get the first down, but Northmor hit him quickly. Brings up 4th and 1. If you're South Central, you might as well go for it.
Nothing to lose
Nothing
at this
to
point.
lose here. See if you can get your first down of the ball game, and it looks exactly what South Central's going to do. Trojans go 4 wide receivers. Going to split 2 guys out, twins on each side. Holler in the pistol with Ray behind him. Comes up under center. Quick snap, tries to go in the A gap.
I don't know that he got it.
It's going to depend on the spot. Is it going to be a left foot or
They're
right
going to give
foot?
it to him.
And the official coming in goes with the left foot spot and motions for a first down. South Central at the 9:50 mark of the third quarter gains their first down of the ball game. And that is a first down. Brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply. So the Trojans get first down number 1. Now we'll see if they can build on it here. Little toss to number 10. That is Hayden DeBias. DeBias gains a couple. So again, just another positive play. 4, 5 nice plays in a row here for South Central. After 20 yards in the first half of total offense, 5 plays, 13 yards.
Changed it up a little bit, ran a little speed option. Ray gets the carry to start the drive, a little or jet sweep there. Now we're going to throw it out wide, little bubble screen.
Quick throw out there to Eric Sanders. And again, Sanders is going to pick up a few. Gain of about 4. Just little chunks of yards here. South Central has 3rd and 4.
And I'm still curious to see. We still have yet to see Holler be allowed to sling a ball downfield. The only passes we've seen made this evening are a quick slant or a quick hook route or a curl route or these bubble screens. He hasn't unleashed it downfield yet.
Another quick throw out to the flat, but immediately brought down there.
Pass is complete to DeBias.
Garrett Harvey was all over that.
Down by Garrett Harvey.
Going to leave him just short. Gain of maybe half a yard. Yards. 4th and 2, 4th and 3 here. And again, if you're South Central, keep the offense on the field. Running clock, 7:45 to go here in quarter number 3. Northmor ahead 40-0. South Central with the football. Aaron Holler in the shotgun. Fisher goes in motion. Holler's going to try to run it up, get the first down, but he's going to be stopped short. The Northmor defense makes a stand, and they're going to take over on downs.
It's tough when you've struggled. They had 6 yards rushing in the first half. And you come out in the second half and you do the same thing that you tried to do in the first half that you couldn't get anything going with. You run bubble screens. You're running quick little drag routes. It doesn't look like there were the adjustments made at halftime to change something to try to, yes, they got their first down. Yes, all of those possessions were positive yards.
Chenier on the carry.
As Chenier's going to get 15 on his first carry of the second half.
So Chenier quickly moves it for another Northmor first down. Holman Kitchen Supply, first down for the Northmor Golden Knights. And, you know, going back to what you're talking about with South Central, I would think part of it might be that they're just trying to establish an identity, find who they are. And although it may not be working, maybe it's something that this is what we have to do this year. These are the things that we need to do to be successful in upcoming weeks. And so they're just going to continue to try to work on execution and run their base plays over and over just to get better at it.
And that very well could be. I mean, it's one of those things that, again, we talked about it. This Coach Martin coming in first year, trying to establish himself, trying to establish what he wants to do with this program. But when you get into situations like this, just kind of like last week, the 35-6 loss, it's hard to continue to try to establish something that's not working.
And what is working is the offensive line for Northmor. They have just been dominating. Quick pass, and we're going to see another one. A.J. Bauer to Hunter Fulk. Touchdown, Northmor. 13 yards, Bauer to Fulk, and he works his way into the end zone as Northmor ups their lead to 46-0.
4 plays, 40 yards. They continue to make it look easy here to start the second half.
And on that one, Bauer just got the ball quickly out to Fulk in space, and he just made a man miss and took it to the house. 46-0 as Northmor tries to add on the extra point. Chenier lined up, drives it through for another point, and they up the lead. 4:46 to go here in quarter number 3. 47-0, Northmor in the lead.
And we'll see what happens here. Second drive for South Central. We expect them to come out, continue to give the ball to Gunner Ray, continue to let Howler run it, just things like that. We continue to see the same things that we've seen in the first half. Eventually, something has to break open. If you're Coach Martin, that's what you're thinking. Eventually, something has to break.
So 47-0, Northmor leads. Golden Knights continue to just be efficient with the football. Scored on every drive tonight except for one when they were stopped on 4th and goal. But other than that, they have just been churning through this South Central defense and you know, talked about the skill positions and those guys making plays, but again, just in the trenches. Great job tonight by both the offense and defensive lines by Northmor. They have completely dominated the line of scrimmage, something they're going to look to do all season long here as the Knights kick it off, and this one's going to roll through and into the end zone for a touchback. So South Central will start their second drive of the second half on the 20-yard line here.
It's the second time where they've said, you know what, we're not going to take a chance of fumbling. We're just going to let the ball roll into the end zone. We're going to take our yards, our free yards, and we're going to go from there.
So South Central take the field. See if they can put something together here. The last drive, they are able to get their first down of the night. Looking for something positive to build on. It's tough for young teams to look up at a scoreboard and see that clock running and that score reading 47-0. It can be very demoralizing, but I like the fact that South Central continues to fight. Their kids are continuing to play. It's not going their way, but they're putting in the effort.
And as a coach, it's tough to try to keep them motivated, as Howler's going to keep it.
So they go spread formation. Snap goes to Holler, tries to run it up the middle. It's going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage. So he doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Great job of penetrating the gaps there by the Northmor defensive line.
And it's dominating the front like you had just spoke about. I mean, you have a QB draw up the middle where you should be able to get a yard or two every time. The nose tackle just gets in there, meets him in the backfield, lose a yard.
Fake handoff. Holler's going to run right. He's brought down. Got him up near the helmet, but didn't get the face mask. So So great play out in space by Conrad, just strung it out and ran him down.
I mean, Conrad meets him, gets him in the backfield, and he's not going to lose that pursuit. Just gets beside, doesn't quite get inside the face mask, didn't see the head turn, probably why he didn't get the flag. But it's just, it's great pursuit to the ball by the Northmor defensive line.
Good job there, Curtis Conrad, bringing Haller down. Brings up 3rd and 14. Haller drops back, looking, sees pressure, tries to step up in the pocket, and again is brought down. Another sack by the Golden Knight defense.
Haller goes down.
Looks like Ashton Clark. Curtis Conrad. Conrad and Clark combined for the sack.
3rd consecutive play on this drive where Conrad's been in the backfield making a play.
On 3 plays and negative 10 yards on this drive for the Trojans.
Such a positive start to the half, getting their first down, moving the ball, and then it's tough to come out, like we just said, to continue to motivate these kids to try to do well when the score's what it is, and it kind of showed on that drive right there.
South Central punting from their own end zone. They get the kickoff. It's going to be fielded around the 45-yard line. Haley brings it up to brings it down to about the 30-yard line. So we have a man down here for South Central.
Brought down by Gunnar Ray.
So with that timeout, we will take a timeout here from Northmor High School. 2:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The score, Northmor 47, South Central 0. You are watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Welcome back to Northmor High School. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. The injured South Central Trojan was Hayden DeBias. He's up and walking off under his own power. It's good to see. DeBias, one of the leading playmakers for South Central. So good to see Hayden coming off the field under his own power. The Knights take over 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. So again, great starting field position for Northmor. Quick handoff for Northmor. As you talked about, we've got some of the backups now in here as Campbell has moved into the quarterback spot, and Campbell handed it off
Aiden Yater
to Aiden Yater, and Yater's going to move it forward, almost gets a first down there. Bring up 2nd and, well, they're going to say first down. So it was another Knights first down. Holman Kitchen Supply, first down. Northmor moves the chains. Campbell in the shotgun. Yater beside him. Handoff Yater. Left side looking for a hole. Cuts through. Another nice little seam there. Good run by Yater.
Another 9 yards. 19 yards, 2 carries for Yater so far.
Knights keeping a little bit of offensive tempo going here. 3 wideouts.
It's kind of like what we had talked about at the break. You know, you can't change your tempo. You can't change the way you run your program, the way you run your offense. you put in the younger kids, and you let them do the same thing that they're going to do tomorrow in the JV game or next Thursday in their freshman game if you got freshmen out here.
Absolutely. Play to the standard you want to play at. That's the expectation. That's what Northmore is looking to do. Campbell with Yater beside him. Campbell, quick throw, knocked down. Nice play there by South Central. Looked like it was Carday Cook who got his hands up. Grayson Fisher was also there. So positive play there for the Trojans.
Great job by their front. They finally got through the Northmore offensive line. They got into the quarterback's face and were able to bat it down. And that was Northmore looking for their money play that they've had so far tonight. Only this time it was Campbell trying to find Griffin Healy and just didn't quite connect.
And with the running clock, despite the incompletion, that brings us to the end of quarter number 3. From Northmore High School, after 3, Northmore 47, South Central 0. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmore High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmore High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
It's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
And welcome back to Northmore High School. And as we come back, touchdown Northmore. Campbell takes it around the right side for a touchdown.
His second of the night.
Extends the lead to 53-0. So Carson Campbell gets touchdown number 2 on the evening. Extends this lead to 53-0 as the clock hits 11:20 and continues to roll here in quarter number 4. On a beautiful night here in northern Morrow County. Chenier set to try for the point after. Good snap, ball's down. And it's good.
Chenier's kick is up and good.
First time he got to kick one on this side, though. First 2 he tried to kick on this side in the first half. There was a penalty and there was a fumbled snap where he then tried to throw a pass for a 2-point conversion.
Well, he seems to like those uprights as well as he drove that one through. So nice job there by the Knights as they come out here in quarter number 4 and immediately take it to the end zone to extend their lead to 54-0.
And it was just a simple 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, whatever the situation was. Quarterback sweep, quarterback keep to the right side, held their blocks, and Campbell did the rest by beating the corner to the edge and getting into the end zone.
While we wait for the kickoff here, a couple quick score updates. Shelby is up their lead over Lexington to 35-6. River Valley extended their lead over Mansfield. Madison Comprehensive 35-0. Granville still leading Clear Fork 15-0. Gallion has pulled ahead of Cary 21-14 in the 4th quarter. Upper Sandusky 26, Mount Gilead 12.
I believe you said that this South Central team plays host to Fremont St. Joe's next week.
That's correct.
Fremont St. Joe's currently down 55-0 to Buckeye Central with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Could be a chance for Trojans next week to go home and get win number 1 on the season. And if you're Buckeye Central, another squad we haven't talked about any tonight, good start last week. another good one tonight.
You go out last week, you beat Crestline at Crestline 50-0. You come out home opener tonight, you're up 55-0 in the third quarter. Back-to-back running clocks for Buckeye Central. Are they that dark horse team in the N10 that could come out and just throw everybody for a loop? I mean, they've got a very talented quarterback. Dom Dean in the backfield is a monster. Very hard to tackle, gets through a lot of first tackles, can't arm tackle the kid, got to take his legs out. So they're a very, very talented football team as well.
A couple other scores from the KMAC schools. Ontario beating Centerburg 35-0. And it looks like Cardington is down to Columbus Academy 33-8 in the fourth quarter. But back to action live here from Northmor. Quick inside handoff over the left side. And once again, stout Northmor defense is all over it.
Will Naylor on stop.
Brantley Ellis there with the carry.
We're going to start to see some kids for South Central that aren't normally used to getting Friday night carries, get some carries to see if they can maybe break a big one, get them some positive things going here.
So Cole Frankert at the quarterback position now for South Central. Ellis beside him. Handoff goes to Ellis and immediately brought down. Great play there by Blake Schwartz.
And it's the pursuit. It's the same thing that Northmore's been doing all night. Shed the block, pursue the football, make a play.
And to take nothing away from Blake there wasn't a big block there at all. I mean, he shed it, but it wasn't much of a block.
Well, and it looked like a guard was coming from the other side of the pool, and Blake just got off of his block quick enough that guard didn't have time to even make contact with him, so he was just able to go make the tackle.
He slid off that outside shoulder and was right there. So Frankert drops, looking to pass. There we go, going over the top. Intended out there for Carday Cook, and Carday Cook can't come down with it.
Intended for Cardy Cook is incomplete.
But finally, we see South Central take a shot down the field.
And it's not even with Howler. It's with the backup.
Yeah, Cole Frankert, the backup quarterback, tried to throw it down the field, but fell incomplete there.
Great throw. Cook just wasn't able to come up with it. I mean, he put it on the money. Cook did have to turn around to get it. Couldn't run under it like we would want him to. But it's still a great throw.
Aaron Haller comes back in. Starting quarterback, also handling the punting duties tonight for the Trojans. There's a snap. Northmor almost blocks it. Line drive kick. It's going to bounce. Picked up at about the 50-yard line. Advance to the 45, 40. 35 down the sideline. Good return there. Almost took it all the way. Connor Stockdale with a nice return down the left side of the field. Almost got himself 6.
And he just outran everybody. He got that ball. He went sideline. You'll see here. He just catches it on like second hop, and he just said, see ya. He outran the entire defense of that sideline, and Howler makes a touchdown-saving tackle on the other side.
Good job there by the special team setting up that return. And the frustration just has to continue for South Central. You get a punt off. Not a bad punt. Get it out to midfield, but then the big return of 37 yards sets up Northmor once again. They're knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of South Central. Already leading 54-0.
8 minutes left and counting. You expect Northmor to continue to run the ball, but the way they've been running the ball tonight, even it's got to be unexpected. They're going to get in the end zone.
And we see Tanner Miley now coming out to take snaps at quarterback for Northmor, and they're going to take a timeout. So with that, we will also take a timeout. 7:56 to go in the ball game. From Northmor High School, it's the Golden Knights 54, South Central 0. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report. Welcome back to Northmor High School. We have a running clock here at the home of the Knights, with the Knights leading 54-0. Tanner Miley with the handoff to Yater. Yater outside on the right side gets the ball down to about the 11 or 12 yard line, a gain of a couple. As the Knights continue to substitute and get some of their younger players some experience under the lights on a beautiful Friday night. Good crowd on hand here to watch the Knights put on a dominating performance in this non-conference game.
An absolute football clinic this evening. Offense, defense, special teams, they haven't been able to do anything wrong.
Miley again, hands off to Yater. Again over the right side, down inside the 10, at the 9.5 yard line. So a couple plays there. Handoff to Yater. He's gained about 3 total yards on those carries, so 3rd and 7. Said ball just inside the 10. Northmor is going to send trips out to the wide side of the field. Miley in the shotgun, Yater beside him. Miley running left, being chased. Tries to turn the corner. Good pursuit there by South Central. They're going to bring him down. Good defensive play there by South Central. Looked like Brantley Ellis is in on the tackle.
Great pursuit by Ellis, getting to the ball. Miley shakes free the first time. Ellis doesn't let him get away and goes and gets him in the backfield.
So 4th and 16. Knights looking to the sideline, see if they can come up with something here. See if they let Miley air it out a little bit here. Since Tanner's been in the game, we've just seen run plays, and Tanner's going to get a chance to throw it. Puts his foot in the ground, throws it out wide, gets his receiver, Griffin Haley. He works his way, and he's going to get in. Griffin Haley does the work. Touchdown, Northmor.
Looks like he's going to mark him short. I didn't see a touchdown signal. They're putting it on the score, but I did not see the official on the sideline signal a touchdown.
So good job there. Tanner Miley gets out to Haley, and he works his way down the sideline, gets to the pylon, and in. And the Knights have put a 60 spot on the board. 5 minutes to go.
You were just saying they wasn't letting Smiley throw it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tanner dropped back. He saw Haley out in the flat, and he got it to him and was able to get it in. Now they're going to line up, get Miley a little bit more experience here, going for 2. He rolls right. Oh, here comes the defense, and he's going to go down. Good play there by the South Central defense on the 2-point attempt. So 4:45 to go. Northmor 60, South Central 0. And exactly what you love to see, too, on the Northmor sideline. Miley comes off the field, just threw a touchdown pass, 2-point attempt didn't go the way they wanted. As soon as he gets the sideline, getting him coached up, talking to him a little bit. Youngster getting some experience. Got a score update for us over there, Josh?
Hillsdale beats Lucas tonight, 21-17. Lucas throws an interception on their final possession, trying to take a deep shot. It's an underthrown ball that Hillsdale's able to intercept to shut it out. We actually just looked at that score just a few minutes ago, and Lucas had a 17-14 lead. It looks like they ran a read option. Their quarterback goes for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing tonight for Hillsdale.
And for Lucas, week number 2, heartbreaking loss. Last week, losing double overtime to Clear Fork. First play, they had the ball in the second overtime. Interception in the end zone tonight, leading 17-14. A late pick. Hillsdale scores, and Lucas falls to 0-2.
Couldn't tell you the last time I said that.
But as people in this area and around the state know, an 0-2 Lucas team doesn't mean a lot. That team's going to bounce back, and they're going to do some damage yet throughout the season. Good kickoff return there for South Central. They get the ball out to almost the 40-yard line.
Might be their best starting field position of the night.
I think so. They're going to place the ball just outside the 32-yard line, short of the 33. And I think you're right. I think this is the best starting field position for the Trojans. South Central trailing 60-0. Comes out on the field, seeing if they can put something together and get something up on the scoreboard on the visitors' side of things tonight. Cole Frankert remains at quarterback in the pistol. 2 wide receivers to the wide side. Handoff. Looks like Brantley Ellis again. Gain of about 2. Got an injured South Central lineman on the field. They're going to help him up.
Unfortunately, he was able to get up on his own, but because the officials called a timeout, he is going to have to sit out for a play. It does look like he's limping coming over to the sidelines, though.
That's number 64, I believe, Lucas Smith. Looks like he rolled an ankle or somebody rolled up on his ankle. But Lucas is going to get to the sideline. And under 4 minutes here to go. Frankert takes the snap, quick handoff. Ellis cuts it back, and he cuts free. He breaks through the hole, and he gets it down to the Northmor 42-yard line. Nice run there by Brantley Ellis. He found the hole in the offensive line, and he cut it back for a nice pickup.
Big play finally for South Central to get something rolling. The scoreboard means nothing at this point. Get some confidence going into next week. Against the Fremont St. Joe's team, who was just down 61-0 to Buckeye Central, build your confidence. Get ready for that game.
So first time in Northmor territory tonight. Snap and quarterback draw goes nowhere. Northmor was waiting on that. Frankert may have almost got back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to call it a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
And it looked like the South Central line just kind of stood up and let 3 Northmor defensive linemen through as Frankert was trying to keep that ball up the middle.
They'll go back to the pistol formation. Frankert and Ellis. Frankert's looking, throws down the right side, throws it short. It's going to get picked. Cameron Goldbach, it looks like, came up with the interception. Nope. I'm sorry, Bryson Baker.
Pass is intercepted by Bryson Baker.
Bryson Baker read that one. Underthrown ball. Baker comes back and gets the pick. Turnover by South Central. Northmor takes over.
2.5 minutes to go. 60-0 on the scoreboard. I would expect Northmor to come out here, run the football. Once you get inside that, 45-second mark, come out in your victory formation and just kind of get this game done and over.
Yeah. So South Central tries to throw the ball down the field. Frankert throws it just a little bit short. Baker comes up with the interception. And Northmor comes out for another possession on the offensive side. And back judge throws the penalty flag. Illegal substitution on Northmor, which tends to happen a lot of times when you have young players in the game. They blow the whistle, resume play. Play clock starts at 25, starts counting down. 1:34 to go. Handoff to Yater. Out on the right side, Yater sees a hole. He's going to get 35, 40, 45. And he's finally brought down at the 44, 45-yard line. Aiden Yater saw the hole, and he exploded through it. And nice pickup there by Yater.
Another 20-plus yard play by Northmor.
We're under a minute to go here. Northmor High School as Northmore's wrapping up this impressive performance tonight. Quick handoff goes to Rodney Accord. Accord takes it to the right side, and he's going to get himself a first down. That first down brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply as the Golden Knights continue to rack up first down after first down. Big thank you to Home and Kitchen Supply for all that they do, sponsoring our first downs tonight, and Northmor has had a bunch of them.
15 to be exact.
15 first downs tonight by the Golden Knights. Should be our last play of the ball game. There's the snap, handoff to Accord, up the middle. He's going to drag a couple defenders before he finally goes down after a few yard gain. And that is going to wrap it up tonight here from Northmor High School. Your final score tonight, Northmor 60, South Central 0. We will be back for the post game and our MVP tonight. Again, you are watching high school football on Friday nights, live and free on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Northmor High School. Tonight, the Northmor Golden Knights put up a 60 spot as they defeat South Central 60-0 here in their home opener of the 2023 season to move to 2-0, while South Central falls to 0-2. I'm Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. And Josh, what a performance tonight by the Golden Knights.
Absolute dominance on both sides of the ball. As we're going to look at stats here, they hold South Central to 37 total yards, 14 yards passing, 23 yards rushing, 2 total first downs for a 48-minute game. They also forced 1 turnover, which was a pick here at the end on an underthrown ball. JV kids, backup kids in the game, underthrown ball, kid gets a pick. The positive thing for South Central that you can take out of this whole game, 48 minutes of football, you committed 1 penalty for 5 yards. You played disciplined football.
Disciplined football, and that's going to be something that I'm sure Coach Martin is talking to his team about, trying to keep their heads up as they go into week 3. They take on a team that they've got a chance to play with. Maybe get their first win of the 2023 season.
You take off a team that was, last update we looked at, losing 61-0 to Buckeye Central, who is the dark horse in the N10, but 2 teams that are going to be coming off very tough losses this week meet to see who's going to get a victory. But, on the Northmor side of things, you look at these stats, 15 first downs, 174 yards passing. The big stat here, 229 yards rushing for 403 total yards, 1 turnover, which was a turnover on downs in the first half, which they had the ball in the red zone and just couldn't convert. And then the big plus, I think, for them, no penalties in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about the holding penalties in the first half. I believe they had 5 of them in the first half. 6 total penalties in the first half. Played error-free in that regard in the second half. But again, another dominating performance tonight by Northmor. And you look at those stats, and one thing that just jumps out is you talked about the total yards, you gave the numbers, but the balance. You look at the balance between the passing and rushing attack. Going to make it tough for people to stop that Northmor offense.
Well, and the biggest thing the biggest thing with South Central is they rely on Aaron Haller to not only throw the ball, but they use his legs a lot as well. Northmor doesn't have to do that with A.J. Bauer. A.J. Bauer is not asked to run the ball 10, 12, 14, 15 times a game. He's asked to throw the football, get it to his athletes in Hunter Fulk. And kids like that, allow them to make the game happen and just go from there. It's one of those things where they do what they want to do.
So tonight, again, another dominant performance, as we said, by Northmor, taking this one 60-0. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with our game MVP. Once again, it was Northmor 60, South Central 0. You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report, live and free.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Welcome back to Northmor High School. Tonight's game MVP is brought to you by First Federal Community Bank, and our game MVP is Northmor quarterback A.J. Bauer. And A.J. last year had a great year. Honorable mention All-Ohio, and he has started out 2023 on another hot streak. And tonight, A.J., great job. Obviously, you put up 60 points. Let's talk a little bit about the big play offense. You guys were striking for touchdowns from everywhere on the field.
Well, yeah, we got great play designs and fast receivers, and my line gives me enough time.
Yeah, those guys definitely give you some time, and you hit your receivers, and they broke some tackles and made some big plays. I think you started out with a 48-yard touchdown or a 35-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter, and you just kind of continued from there. And you talked about some of your receivers. Let's talk about those weapons at your disposal, some of those guys out there in the skill positions.
Bo Landon, 2 touchdowns tonight. Hunter Fulk, 2 touchdowns. And Jax Winger, who had a big first touchdown.
Yeah, and those guys, really comfortable with them, obviously.
Oh yeah, I've been throwing to them for years.
And you can tell by the way you guys threw the ball tonight, great chemistry. But it starts up front. Great protection from your big guys in the trenches tonight.
Yep. Ben Planey, Nick Armros, Parker Harbolt, Sawyer Bailey, and you also got Nathan and Ryan Lowry.
Did a good job tonight, kept you clean, gave you a good pocket, and you're able to step up and throw the ball. And as you said, a couple of those guys got touchdown passes. I think you had 4 touchdown passes on the night tonight. So offensively did a great job. But also, let's talk about the defense. Man, did they give you good field position to start tonight or what?
I don't think I had a drive where I started behind the 50. I think I was inside the 50 on their side the whole time.
Yeah, makes it a little bit easier as a quarterback when your drives are 50 yards or less to put that thing in the end zone.
Yep.
So, talking about the defense a little bit more, 2 first downs is all they allowed tonight. So, talk about how critical that defense and playing that total football is for you guys.
Really helps us because it translates to offense, gives us some momentum to work off of, and especially when we get a lot of pressure on the punt, we run it back a little bit.
Absolutely good field position. And you had a good win last week against what's supposed to be a pretty good Upper Sandusky team, 42-21. You come out here in week 2, home opener, put up 60 points, win 60-0. Next week you go to Mapleton. What are some things you think you still need to work on here and get cleaned up before week 3?
Probably just need to be a little sharper throwing the ball. Footwork needs to get better, and that's pretty much all.
So here you go. You got an honorable mention All-Ohioan, continuing to work and focus on the fundamentals and getting better. As we said, next week Northmor, now 2-0, going to go on the road to Mapleton, looking to get to 3-0 on the season. Before we let you out of here, AJ, going to give you a chance to give a shout-out to all your fans.
Shout-out to my receivers, my O-line, running backs, and also my defense for giving me great field position. Also shout-out to all the coaches. And shout-out Coach Hall.
All right, there you go, everybody. Tonight's MVP, sponsored by First Federal Community Bank, was junior quarterback A.J. Bauer. 4 touchdown passes, led the Northmor offense to over 400 total yards in a dominating 60-0 victory over South Central. AJ, we appreciate you being here tonight. Great job. Good luck next week in week 3 against Mapleton.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
welcome back to Northmor High School here as we wrap up tonight's action on the OH Report. The final score was Northmor 60, South Central 0. We want to make sure we thank all of our sponsors, our crew, Josh Banks. Once again, it was a great Friday night here in northern Morrow County. For all the action all season long, make sure you tune in live and free to the OH Report. I am Mark Bollinger signing off. And again, the final score from Northmor, Northmor 60, South Central 0.